Tonight we are back once again here on the live stream feed. I have a lot to talk about tonight. We've got some Target stuff to talk about with Mattel. We've got some chaos theory out there. We've got some gaming news to discuss, and there's been a lot of talk about a sequel. So we're gonna talk about all that and more. I am Brad Jost, and this is Let's Talk Jurassic. All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, it took me a minute there. I was getting the post out there on a few different platforms, and Facebook takes way too long to post. But thank you for returning once again. It's been a few weeks since we had a live stream here on the channel, and there hasn't been an episode out in a few weeks now. I have no notes up right now, so we're just kind of winging it. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited to get back into it. Like I said, it's been a few weeks. I forget when the last episode was. That would be a good thing to know. Let me pull that information up right now. We can get talking about it. But or I could look at it. Actually, I could just do it right here. Ready? Let's go to the website. Boom. JurassicParkPodcast.com, where our recent episode was from October 21st. Really? That was that far back. Okay. All right. It's been a few weeks. It has been a few weeks, yeah. So, actually, there was one after that. No, I'm not. Wait, I have no idea. No, yeah, okay. So the 21st. My notes are all messed up. I've been like away. I've been working on a bunch of stuff, so I haven't like updated my spreadsheet and everything. But it looks like October 21st. Was the last one. That was the one where we played Jurassic World Evolution 3 for the first time and talked about that before the release of the game. So yeah, that was a little while back. And I gotta say, those past few bunch of weeks there were a lot. Like there was a lot because we got the codes to play the game early. I forget what the timeline was, but we got them early. And then following that, we got some other screeners early that we were able to watch. So it was like a lot of things back to back, a lot of content production, and then a vacation thrown in there. And now we got Godzilla to talk about soon enough. And there's a lot on the horizon. So we got a lot of fun stuff. Plus, next week, tune into the podcast. There will be a podcast episode or two next week. Or three. I don't know how many. But we've got a few episodes next week because we've got a lot of Chaos Theory Season 4 content to drop. So I'm excited by that. That's going to be fun. Let's see who is here in the chat room tonight. We've got Steve. What's up, Steve? How you doing? Welcome back. We're here. We're here. Thanos was right. LM97. Apparently, Thanos is right. You know, sometimes you wonder. And Jurassic Souls, good to see you again. What has been your favorite thing about Jurassic World Evolution 3? What has been my favorite thing? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But what was my favorite thing about the game? I feel like I like a lot of things, but I think my favorite thing has been like the terrain tools and like customizing the park in that way. So that's been my favorite aspect of it. It's been a few weeks now since I've played because I was away and I've just been trying to catch up on everything, that I have not gotten back into it. And I will say I did have some days off, but I spent that playing Ghosts of Yote. So I was playing that for a little bit instead of Evolution 3. But I'll get back to Evolution 3. This game, I am not bouncing off of it like I did with Evolution 2, thankfully. So I am very excited to dive back into that game. There was a few moments this past week where I was like, you know what? I should stream the game. I should do it. And I didn't. Sorry, apologies. I did not get a chance to do it, but I am very excited to dive back into the game. But I think for me, it's the terrain stuff, really customizing how you want that terrain to look, plus just so many scenery tools and scenic stuff that you could add to your park to really give it life and breathe life into it. That's been a big thing for me. So I've probably, at this point, I did get to play the game early, but at this point, I've probably played it less than everybody else out there. So that's the bummer, is I put in a lot of hours into that game, but it was a lot of hours crammed into a short amount of time, and then for a few more sporadic hours after that. But yeah, I haven't really like gotten to dive into everything just yet, so I am bummed about that. But like I said, when you get the chance to play something early, you have to then go ahead and create a bunch of content, which we did with tons of stuff. Tom is still releasing videos. So there's been a lot of videos out there that you need to go watch. Go watch all those videos that are on this channel. Tom put in a ton of great work into those videos. But yeah, so outside of creating all that content and then some other content, some other interviews and things like that we've been doing, yeah, there's been a lot of content creation, so I haven't had the chance to really do it. And my chance to do this stuff is now, like right now at this hour of any night. But that's usually my recording time, so it's kind of tough. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know what that was, but that's when we last had an episode, October 21st, 2025. Back to the Future reference for anybody out there, 40 years old. But that's Back to the Future 2, which is not 40 years old. So anyway, what do we do next? It's been a few weeks. I usually go to the website and do all that. But I was saying hi to everybody. LM97 says Monarch Season 2 trailer tomorrow. Yes, I am very excited about that. Tom was hitting me up. He was like blowing up my DMs today about the trailer, about the content. Maybe we can look at that. That might be something fun to look at. And Mario Galaxy, yes, heck yeah. Very excited for that. I was just watching the trailer again with my son. Steve, thank you for the super chat. What are you most looking forward to for Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 4? At this point, I cannot say anything about that, but what I'm most looking forward to is you guys seeing the show. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm very much looking forward to all of you watching this show. And hearing all of our content that we have and reading it and doing all that stuff. So, and watching it, whatever the case may be, we've got a lot of stuff planned. So I'm excited for you all to witness the final season of Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Nikolai's in the house. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, what a time to be a Jurassic fan, you know? It has its ebbs and flows, and it's like, you know, it's all over the place sometimes, but we got a lot going on. Let's see. Trying to skip around some stuff. Yeah, Jurassic Souls really wants to play Ghost. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I think the story is better for me so far than the first game, and yeah, I don't know. It's really nice. I feel like that tool set, not everything, but I feel like the tool set that you gain throughout the first game, assuming you've played the first game, but like a lot of games will like reset you and you kind of have to like relearn everything that you've learned before. This game kind of like, while not a direct like sequel or anything, it really picks up from kind of a lot that you've left behind in the last game, and it really feels like it just kind of continues going, and you have so many attributes already attached to your character. I really like that. Yeah, the blueprints. I can't wait to actually dive into the blueprints now that people have really been doing it. Because when we did it, there was like a handful of things, and I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff that's in the blueprints now. So I'm excited to see that. Tyler, what's up, Tyler? Hi, Brad. Very excited for the final season of Chaos Theory. It's just around the corner, I hope, for an epic and satisfying ending for the story of the Nublar 6. I hope you enjoy the ending of Jurassic World Chaos Theory. And yeah, it's I keep forgetting that it's next week, right? Yeah, so we've got content to drop on Monday regarding the show, so stay tuned for that. And then we'll release some more stuff on release day. So, and I don't know, I've got a few things to release at that time. I don't know if I'll do both at the same time, one on, what day is it? Thursday or whatever day it is, Friday, I forget what day it comes out. And then Monday, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, and Nikolai says, I wonder if they'll have a Rebirth DLC. I feel like they will, because if you I don't know if you've played the game, but if anybody noticed, there's a couple of like points of dialogue that really point to them trying to maybe tie in Rebirth a little bit, which is kind of interesting. I didn't expect that from the game. Very minimally, but they're at least pointing in that direction of like, ooh, something might be happening and we don't really know what is going on. And I'm kind of interested to see where they go with that thread. See if some of their scientists are working on some theories and stuff. Maybe it'll give us some more concrete information about that. Not that we can say that this is like canonical or anything, but it would be kind of nice to have something to go off of from some people who really care about it, Carlos, what's up? Thank you for the super chat. Carlos says, thank you for streaming. Today, I'm thankful that Rexy met the buck and doe from the Lost World in Biosyn Valley. You're thankful for that? I mean, sure. That's a good thing that they met. Yeah, it was like a very short sequence in the movie, right? But like, dang, it was satisfying, right? Like that moment, while it doesn't really like look like, I guess it's I don't know. I feel like I'd have to revisit that moment in the movie, but like I feel like it doesn't really look like what we remember them to be looking like. But I was very satisfied to see like Rexy meeting up with the two Rexes at the end of Jurassic World Dominion. It was just so exciting to see. So I am very thankful, as you are, that they are out there at the same time. That's nice. It would have been nice to see just a little bit more from them. But yeah. Anyway, what else we have to talk about tonight? We've got something I want to go over. Speaking of, well, we were talking about it before, but Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Let's go over to some Chaos Theory talk. Now, remember, I'm not going to say much about the show, because I can't. But DreamWorks TV posted congratulations to the cast and crew, Jurassic World Chaos Theory and The Bad Guys Haunted Heist on their Kid Screen Award nominations. I don't know what Kid Screen is. Let's see. Kid Screen, engaging the global children's entertainment industry. Kid Screen. I don't know what it is, but congratulations, guys. I mean, any time that these shows get recognized for anything, I'm excited by it. So they have been nominated, or was it nominated? Yeah, nominated for Best Directing for Jurassic World Chaos Theory, and I think that is a nomination absolutely like deserving, because I think the show like does some really interesting stuff directing wise. I think especially season 1, it was like, it felt like a really revamped and refreshed from Camp Cretaceous. Now, I do think there was some fun stuff visually in Camp Cretaceous, but I think they stepped it up to a completely new level with, and this is not directing and everything, but like the lighting and everything like that, just the cinematography of it all. And I think directing wise, there's some interesting shots and really cool stuff going on in there. And I think they've composed some really fantastic episodes, some fun ones. And I think directing is absolutely, a good bet for that. I don't know what are the other nominations. I don't know. Is there like a breakdown of anything? I don't know. Let's see. Yo, I've got a heated seat on, and now it's like, this thing's too hot now. Turn that down. It was cold in here. It was like very freezing down here, so I'm like, I gotta put this heat seater thing on my chair. I don't know. I have no idea where the nominations are. Nominees and winners. 2025. Best New Series, Best Animated Series, Best Live Action Series. So wait, Best Animated Series. So no, there's only 3 nominees there. Nothing for Chaos Theory. Mixed Media. Best One-Off Special. Oh, The Sign. There's no, I'm sorry guys, there's no way. Oh, it is the winner. I didn't realize that there was actual winners in this. Okay. Is this done? Oh, it already happened? Okay. So yeah, The Sign absolutely deserved that win because that's a tearjerker of an episode. These Mickey Mouse kind of old school specials are fantastic. Definitely go check out those. Cat in the Hat, Best Inclusivity. Hey, how do you not have Jurassic World Chaos Theory on this list? But let's go bananas, folks. Let's check it out. Go check it out. Best in Class, Gabby's Dollhouse. Hey, Gabby. Never thought you'd hear me sing the theme song to Gabby's Dollhouse on here. Lego Pixar. What is this stuff? Best Live Action. Are any of these going to be like the ones that I'm looking for, or did this already happen, or is this old? I'm confused. Best Podcast. Now, guys, this is where we got to settle something here, because I'm noticing the lack of something very specific under the Best Podcast. So, Kid Screen, hey, what you doing? Best Podcast. What are we doing here? I don't know. Anyway, Best Inclusivity again. I'm confused by these awards. There's so many. Choir. There's so many. All right, here, Orion in the Dark. This has got to be old. I feel like this is old, right? What year is this? What year is it? This is all old. It's not 2025. Now we're just going back. I have no idea. Anyway, 2025 nominees and winners. I feel like this is old, right? I have no idea. Why does it keep repeating Best Inclusivity again? There's so many versions of it. I haven't seen Best Director once. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's got to be old. God, DreamWorks, I love you, but what you doing? We don't need that. Don't need that. But yeah. Children's and Family Emmy noms, that would be nice. I hope so. Probably be for last season, I would assume. If anything, right? Probably wouldn't be for this one. This is so difficult because what? Yeah, see, I was wondering this, and I feel like there's been 9 seasons within 5 years, right? So that's a lot of it's a lot of content within a very short amount of time. And Chaos Theory just debuted last year, so it's 2024, right? Yeah, May 2024. So it's been going for just over a year now, and we're done. Like, that's it. That's all, folks. What's up, Dak? Nothing. Just dinosaurs. Leading into Rebirth, where they're all going to be dead. That's what's happened, Doc. And then that's where we get Danny to come in and speak to all the dead dinosaurs. And then we got our next movie. So anybody knows what I'm talking about? Dr. Sleep. Dino Sleep. That's what it's going to be called. Next movie. I'm just talking to myself now. It's the Game Awards next month. Let's hope, really, really hope we hear something about Jurassic Park Survival. Please, we need a release date. That would be nice. That would be good. I think, I think we've got Chaos Theory. We've got Evolution out now. So I think it's time to move on. Let's move on to the next, Yeah, they definitely deserve a storytelling. They deserve every award. Like I know they've gotten like a lot of inclusivity awards, which is great. I don't know if they've won, but they've been nominated a lot of times, which is fantastic and well deserved because they're really good at telling those stories. And I think I don't know. I just think they storytelling would be great. And you distract me. LM97 says Chaos Theory is not as good as Camp Cretaceous. I would have to hardcore disagree. And I said this the other day. I don't know. I just said this the other day, and I was like, I feel like this show has been excellent. Throughout the first 3 seasons, it's been like really, really like excellent and all really like consistent throughout like the first 3 seasons of the show. And I think there were discrepancies within the first series of like, okay, well, we like season 1, season 2, we didn't really like that one. Season 3 was pretty great. Season 4, season 5, it's kind of like all over the place. But I feel like this show has been really great across the board. So I think this show's been better. And what I love to see is that consistency across the cast and stuff like that. We'll talk about this later on when we get to Rebirth discussions and things, but I really like the consistency across the board here, how we get these cast members going from like, kids to now like young adults and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. Carlos, your kid's too young for Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory. So you're looking forward to Jurassic World Explorers. Yeah, whatever happens there with that show. I have no idea what's happening there. I did see some promo for that. Not promo, but like I did see some materials for that today, but it was just like cake toppers. And I don't know what's going on there, but maybe next year, maybe, we did talk about that fairly recently about them. Like maybe they're just spreading out the wealth, because maybe this show came about, Explorers came about like at a time where they're like, oh, we'll have like a nice lull in Jurassic content. And they're like, no movie, here's a movie, put it out now. And then they're like, well, okay, maybe we'll just pause this show, we'll put it out like next year or something like that. So that's what I'm expecting from that. But Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory, yeah, they're not like super scary. There's some moments I guess could be a little scary, but I have shown my kids like these shows from like pretty young, and they didn't really understand it or anything fully, but I think now they do. Like my daughter's 5 and she really loves seeing like Bumpy on the TV, and she loves like those characters and like and even in the latest seasons Smoothie and stuff like that. So I think she's 5. She's been kind of teetering on that. She was like 4, I guess, when we started showing her. I guess was it 4? No, I guess she would have been 3. Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah. So anytime, unless it's a baby, then like no point. I have not seen the new Predator yet. No, not yet. But so the other day, it was like November 1st. I think it was November 1st. Yeah, went to go see Back to the Future in theaters, And I'll be honest, that was the first time I saw the Predator trailer. I've been kind of skirting around it. I've been kind of tiptoeing around, like, if you follow me for any period of time, you'll know, like, I've been adverse to watching trailers for a while. Like, there will be periods of time where I don't watch a single trailer at all. And then other times where I'm like, all right, I gave up on that. I'm just going to start watching them all again. And I'm kind of tiptoeing around that thread right now. I'm like, do I want to stop watching them all together? So I haven't really been fully paying attention to trailers or really like digesting them. Some of them here and there, but like I did watch Toy Story and Mario in the past 2 days, and Godzilla is going to be coming out tomorrow, so I'm like, all right, I got to watch that for the season 2. But you know, I didn't see that Predator one, but when I saw it in theaters, I was like, yo, that looks great. Like, that looks right up my alley. Exactly the kind of movie I want to see. So I do want to see that one, and yeah, so very excited for that. It's like The Mandalorian. Yeah, I could see how that would be kind of comparable there. Yeah, and next week coming soon to a television near you, Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 4. But yeah, let's move on to our next piece of news for today. This was from, I don't know, last week or whatever. I wasn't in town, so I figured let's talk about it now real quick. But we've got Beyond the Gates. And guess what? It's the last Gate Crashers of 2025. So this is it, folks. Jurassic fans, the park is nearly closed. There's time for one more mission beyond the gates, but fear not. The park reopens in 2026. We'll see you next year for more adventures and more exclusive finds here at Target.com. Hire me. But look, they got names, so they don't need anybody else. They just got names. They got 2 dinosaurs here for sale, and I'll be honest, they're not doing it for me. These ones are not doing it for me. Let's go ahead and take a look. I haven't really even gotten a chance to look at them too much. I saw the first pictures and I was like, nah, kind of not really into that. But you know, they're interesting enough designs. I feel like they're giving kind of like chaos effect-ish kind of. This is at least kind of giving me that. And I think it's like, it's definitely a unique design for a Stegosaurus. I think it's kind of cute in the face and everything. And I do like the pose and everything, but like, yeah, it's not really doing a ton for me overall. Like, I don't really know what's going on with the Thagomisers out there. Is it like metallic? Like, what is going on there? I don't know. But it's fun for kids, so that's all that really matters. So down for that. Secondary attack and evolve. A second button on the back plates activates an upward swinging or swiping tail attack, as well as an expansion on. Now I can't read, so don't hire me, Target, to read. As well as an expansion on the tail plates. But yeah, that's all right. And then that is $24.99. $24.99. And then the other one that we have, where did that go? The Gorgosaurus. Another gigantic thrasher. Now this one, while the other one was like, not tipping the scales, but really, it wasn't like offending me or anything. This one offends me. Not a fan. Again, to me, it's just kind of like a uninspired paint job, really. It's not really giving me much of anything to be excited about, especially with the lack of paint on several, the 2 arms and also the top portion there in the middle. Like, I really don't understand that choice. I don't really know what's going on there. It's just, and also like the paint job's different there between here. I don't know, and I don't even know what it looks like in the video, to be honest. But $24.99 for that one. And they got both of them in the picture there for some reason. Just not feeling that at all. What is the motion here? Just like a tail spin. Well, that's interesting, but like also, what? How does that work? And I feel like they photographed like the underside of this tail. Is that possible? I don't know. But there you go. Those are the two final gate crashers of the year for Beyond the Gates. So until next year. Usually I feel like this starts around like February or so. So we don't have to wait too long for the next installment usually. But I will say at the end of 2025 here, it's felt very lackluster in terms of like the things that have been offered this past year. I don't know what that is due to. I don't even know. Like what are all the, see, what I missed that page that like actually told you what all the things were. So maybe this is the page. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think some of these were, like this one did nothing for me. This bike set was like fine, but I don't really need that. And I wish it was just Carter. These don't care for. These I don't care for. That I think is maybe one of the better ones, but I just also didn't buy that because over the years I bought so many Sinoceratops at this point that I'm like, do I need another one that I'm just going to throw in a box? So I feel like there needs to be something to reinvigorate this line, this series, Beyond the Gates and everything, because I felt like there was no excitement to the series this year, unfortunately. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next year. Hopefully there'll be some more bigger items, things to get you really amped about the ongoing series, you know? So the Creator Edition has not really done a lot for me. So I personally like the old version better. But on to the next. So what do we got to talk about now? So now we're going to go over to some gaming discussion here real quick. Let's go to, where do I have that? I don't have it on this list. What did I do with it? Oh, here we go. I guess this is it. It just says gaming screen, but let's hit this. Boom. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh, here, let's hit this one. Boom. I don't know where the title went. Let's see. So there has been an update now. Update 1.1.0 now available. And this one is going to be featuring for Jurassic World Evolution 3. This is not a full list of everything that the development team are working on. But it says it introduces a new family unit to the game, the Kentrosaurus. Nice. Make this a little bit bigger for everybody. Adjusted navigation rules so that dinosaurs can travel beneath and around scenery items more freely. Love that. Added further keyboard shortcuts and two in-game control hints when placing or moving scenery. Improvements to LODs on POC added very high setting to foliage detail. Updated the very high quality preset to correctly use the very high settings for foliage and geo detail. Improved level of detail for feathered dinosaurs on lower spec hardware. Revised sandbox settings for preventing juveniles from being hunted in sandbox maps. Yeah, that's nice. The aggressive animal setting is now changed to vulnerable juveniles. This new setting will inherit the setup from the previous aggressive animal setting from current saves. So, it now disables all juvenile attacks instead of just disabling attacks against juveniles of the same species. That makes sense. Setting the fight frequency sandbox setting to none now prevents juveniles from being attacked. Setting the cohabitation sandbox settings to all like now prevents juveniles from being attacked. Path and fence building modes now default replace mode to off when opened. Okay. Pylons can now be placed between islands on maps made with island generator. Pylon, okay. Added guest food scattering animation for dinosaur encounter attractions. Adjusted frequency of dinosaurs present in dinosaur encounter attraction. Added group edit shortcut when playing with a mouse. Double click to enter group edit mode. Added new help screens for alternative camera controls and foundation floor pieces. Added screen effect when time controls are open to clarify focus. Gamepad only. Create new biome filter label for foliage scenery items. So there's been... Oh, this is a lot of stuff to read. Oh, my Lord. I don't know if I'm going to be reading all this. Okay. Do your own reading. I'll skip through here to see if there's anything interesting. Let's see. Bug fixes in the campaign. Fixed crash when attempting to pilot an aviary or lagoon drone. Park construction. Adjusted depth of rocks being generated in deep water to avoid dinosaurs in Cretaceous cruises being blocked. Okay. I like this. Improved collision on foliage spawned by conifer woodland environment brush. Further improvements to collision on large scenery rocks and auto-generated rocks within environment brushes. Lots of stability issues. Sorry, I'm just reading. This is kind of boring for y'all. All right, but yeah, camera, workshop. They've adjusted stuff for the UI. So that's good. And like I said, stability, park construction management, localization, dinosaurs, sandbox, campaign, and just regular updates there. So lots of stuff. You can find this over on the Steam page over there. So go check that out when you get the chance. But I do want to move on to our last topic. We don't have a ton of time left here. So let's go over to our final topic of the night, and that is going to be Jurassic World Rebirth. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about Jurassic World Rebirth. I brought up this article, I guess, from Gizmodo. That was the first one that popped up. So it's by Germaine Lucier, who I've listened to a lot over the years. So I figured, you know what, let's listen to Germaine talk here. So this says report Jurassic World Rebirth is getting a sequel, and the gang is all back. Gareth Edwards is expected to return along with stars Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it almost grossed $900 million worldwide. Sequel seemed more likely, and now it's apparently happening. Director Gareth Edwards is returning to direct, and stars Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali are all expected to come back. The Insider was the first to break the news. So Jeff Snyder, take that for what you will. There was a lot of stuff with Jeff Snyder back in the early days where he was hearing, I think Jeff was the one that maybe had initially reported about the Escape from New York stuff. So there was some kind of truth to that, I guess. And Jeff Snyder's not somebody who gets everything accurate, but sometimes there's some good nuggets in there. So that is what Jeff Snyder is reporting on his Snyder. I don't know if that's like a podcast or video series, or I think it's like a thing you got to subscribe to actually read or whatever it is. But he's the first to break the news. IO9 reached out to Universal for comment and clarification, but it had not heard back yet as of the publication. They're not going to tell you. But yeah, so that's that's what's going on there. Steven Spielberg will also return as an executive producer. And yeah, Gremlins 3 is happening. But, I'm interested in the reporting here because, Jermaine is a very well-known movie reporter and everything, but just kind of, just laying it out there that the InSnyder page had reported on this. So let's see if there's anything that's you got to upgrade to read. So this is, I guess, is this also, what's it called? Whatever that thing is that I use to write newsletters. I forget. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, so I wish, like I was saying, I wish the article kind of came with the caveat that this is not official trade reporting. It's from Jeff Snyder. It's not necessarily accurate. It's not like it's not a real inside scoop kind of per se. It's kind of its own thing. So it didn't really clarify that. But yeah, so that's what we have to go off of. Jeff Snyder has said that Gareth Edwards is coming back, and so are the rest of the team. Now, I wanted to talk about this for a minute here because, I feel like a lot of times when we do discussions about what the sequel could be and stuff like that, those ideas, it's not often that I dive into the conversation of, okay, everyone's back. Everyone's back. Yeah, Substack. Thank you, Steve. I was trying to think. I couldn't think of what the name of the site was. Substack. Yeah, I just call it my newsletter, and I'm like, I don't know. But yeah. So there's not been a lot of conversation. I feel like from me about everybody being there. Let's start with Gareth because I have been hoping for a Gareth return because I really do love what he did. His vision, I guess, for his eye for making a Jurassic movie is pretty spot on, pretty flawless there. I think it would have, it would have been nice if there was that touch of authenticity to the overall grander story of everything, but that's not really on him. But I think there was a hands-off approach, I feel like, from Gareth in terms of canonical stuff and not really diving into all of that and kind of just hand waving. That's a lot of stuff that's there. If you listen to any of the commentary and, stuff like that, it feels like there wasn't a lot of discussion surrounding all of that stuff. So hopefully with some extra time, if they want to do that, give them, 3 years. You go 26, 27, 28. It can come out in 28. So let's make that happen. Give him the full time. Let him cook for as long as he needs to with an actual movie instead of rushing out a script. And even if you do want to bring David Koepp back in, let's kind of fix some of those details. Let's get this thing straightened up a little bit and work on something really, really good. But bringing back the three main characters is kind of a head scratcher to me. Not really what I've been hoping for, to be honest. And not because I didn't like them. I really do. I think at the end of the day, I really do like all those characters. But it's another one of those circumstances of yeah, but why are you bringing why are these people back again? Why are we forcing involvement here? I feel like while I really do like, the Jurassic World trilogy, I can understand the concern about forced involvement from Claire, Owen, and all those people, having all of them back. Even with the main trio, the original trio from Jurassic Park, there was concern about well, how do you bring them back? What's the reasoning for bringing them back into the game? And I think it worked out. I think it was very plausible from my perspective of having, the paleobotanists of the crew be the reason for coming back. That made a lot of sense to me. in this case, yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, like, Scarlett and Mahershala have their very particular set of skills. Them and Liam Neeson. Let's get him involved. They can do these missions. So if they're involved again, is it another mission? Are we having another mission? Are we going back to the island? Like, where are we? What are we doing? Are we infiltrating a facility, or are they getting hired by some more billionaires? Like, is that going to be a thing again? Because I feel like that was at the end of this movie, they realized that was the wrong choice, right? Like, helping these billionaires get more rich at the end of the day was not the right way to go. So that's why they were giving it back to the people. So I can understand if that doesn't go well, or maybe it does. I don't know. Like, the way I see it is they give it back to the people, but I could see something going wrong, right? That's how I could see something going wrong. But for what reason on earth do you call them, all three of them, back into the mix? Especially Jonathan Bailey, who in Jurassic World Rebirth, I feel like had a weird particular set of skills. Like, I didn't really understand his set of skills because he was the paleontologist guy who, like, you get on your mission because he's knowledgeable, but he's also, like, weapons knowledgeable because he created the rifle, the capture technique. I was kind of confused by that aspect of it. Like, that wasn't really fleshed out enough for me of, like, why he was capable. Like, I thought, like, maybe there was a bunch of teams that worked together. Like, Loomis had, like, a tech team that, like, created the stuff that they needed to build all this equipment and stuff, and then he's the guy that implemented the knowledge that they needed to. But, like, he was the guy. Like, I'm sorry, I said Loomis. I meant Krebs before. But Loomis was the guy that ended up, like, being the guy that was knowledgeable on all of the facets of the thing, but yet they were going to leave him home at the beginning. Like, that was very confusing. So I don't know why you bring him back. Like, I really don't understand. And it feels like Mahershala and Scarlett, like, they wanted to get out of the game. Like, they wanted to get out of the game. So I feel like they wanted their money. They wanted to be able to just stop and call it quits for the day. And that's how I felt. Maybe not so much Mahershala, but, like, Scarlett's character definitely did. But I don't know. Like, where do they go from here? Like, why call them back into this? Who calls them back? Because Martin Krebs, with his the company that he worked at, what was it called? Whatever it was, some sort of genetics company. Blanking on the name. That's why you don't do podcasts at 10 o'clock. But whatever that company was called. And then, like, is there like somebody else that worked there? Like, that was like, oh, I knew about this mission. Because it didn't really seem like anybody else knew about this mission at this company. So I don't really know, like, who's involved in, like, calling them up and saying, like, hey, we need all three of you back for this mission. I don't know. I could see a play where nobody calls them, right? And they, on their own volition, go on the mission. Yeah. Parkergenics, thank you. See, sometimes I need a little help from the chat. But maybe it's something that, like, they, on their own volition, go back on the mission just in time for you maniacs to listen. Now I'm just singing Limp Bizkit, I think, at this point. So, yeah, that was literally just Limp Bizkit's song, basically. So, yeah. Anyway. What am I talking about? Somebody crushing a mission? So, yeah, maybe they come back in and they realize that this technology did not go the way we had planned. They, like, Mahershala well, I guess he really didn't play into that, but like I think at the end it was Loomis and Zora that were like, well, what do you want to do with this information? And it's like, well, let's give it back to the people. So maybe it's them saying like, we got to make this right. This is all on us. It's on nobody else, which I feel like is always the mission statement. It's like it's all our fault. We did this. We got to put it back in the bottle, whatever. So I feel like maybe it's them who decide, all right, it's time for us to shut this down, to control this, to maybe go back to the island to go see what the D-Rex DNA can do for us, or, I don't know, something like that. I think the idea of like salvaging that Jurassic Park 3 thread where Alan Grant would have been like not stuck on the island, but like researching on the island like alone. I think that would be a fantastic thread to give to Jonathan Bailey's character, Henry Loomis. This is what happens when you go to vacation and then you literally don't think about Jurassic until you sit down in this chair and you're like, oh yeah, I don't remember anything. Yeah, he's not involved. That's I wasn't trying to imply that at all. But that's why I'm trying to think of like who else would be the one to get this going. But I think like, I don't know. I think that it would probably be on their own volition to say, hey, we got to come back. We got to figure this out. And, oh, yeah, I was saying that Jonathan Bailey, like, living on the island, researching, maybe he comes up with, maybe he, like, rebooted the systems and, like, found some information on some hardware, and now he's trying to get some DNA from the D-Rex, and I think there could be something in there, Maybe. But anyway, I do have to go record another podcast at 10 o'clock at night. So here we go. But yeah, appreciate you all being here after a few weeks off. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on JurassicParkPodcast.com. We're going to have Chaos Theory content on Monday, non-spoiler, like spoiler-free content. So you can go and listen to that. I'll tell you this right now. Could not really say anything. So it was really difficult to record that episode. But if you want to hear me and Tom struggle to talk about anything, then go listen to that episode on Monday. But I think tune in when the show comes out on November 20th, I believe is the day, because we'll have some more stuff then and maybe following up that. So definitely keep that out. Also, we're probably going to record something for Godzilla Monarch Season 2. So, yeah, I'm excited to hear that and talk about that with Tom. But, yeah, go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. Follow us there. Follow us on all the other places if you want. I haven't really been participating on social media too much. So, do your best to follow, I guess, if you want. But I'm on Letterboxd still writing some dumb movie reviews. So go check it out over there. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats tonight. Really appreciate you all. And yes, I'm going to record the Forcecast. I don't have all my stuff up at the moment, so I can't go through all those episodes. But there's been some episodes there. There's been some episodes on GGH. Go check out Grim Grinning Hosts, the Forcecast. New episodes coming soon on both of those. So thank you so much for watching this tonight. I appreciate you all. As always, stay safe. Be kind. I gotta do this real quick. And enjoy.